Hey, what's up guys? So I want to talk about Thousand Eyes Restrict, which was a superior card a while ago in Yu-Gi-Oh! Actually a really long time. This card's been banned for a long time. And I was thinking, could this card come back and not even really make an impact on the meta? And I don't see at the moment really where this card can be really used in the meta. I mean, you have to use so many cards to essentially bring it out. And the thing is, after you bring out your Thousand Eyes Restrict, which should be, this supreme card, right? Because it's been banned for so long. Realistically, your opponent can just be like, let's call use 2 cards, blow it up, and use like 10 cards to bring it out. Because this card is really difficult to bring out. It requires so much setup. I mean, back in the day with Yu-Gi-Oh, there was a card called Metamorphosis, but that card's banned, and that card probably will stay banned for a long time. But this card requires Relinquish plus Thousand Eyes Idol. Before we get into its effect, let's see what it takes to actually make the card. So it requires Relinquish plus Thousand Eyes Idol. So Relinquished is a ritual monster, so that means you have to use something to bring him out, like Black Illusion Ritual. So not only do you have to have Relinquish, but you'll have to have Black Illusion Ritual. You'll also have to tribute summon, or not tribute summon, but tribute monsters from the field or your hand whose levels equals 1 or more, which, level 1 or more is pretty easy. But then you also have to have Thousand Eyes Idol on the field, because you will be needing to use something like Polymerization, because as you guys know, this is not a contact fusion, so you have to use something like Polymerization in order to bring out your big monster Thousand Eyes Restrict. So not only will you have to have these 4 cards in your hand, but you also have to have another card essentially to tribute from your hand, and that basically requires 5 cards minimum to bring out Thousand Eyes Restrict. I know that you can Metamorphosis, but that card's banned. But Thousand Eyes Restrict, so obviously, he's got to be good. If you basically got to use at least 5 cards to bring him out, he should have a good effect. And he did have a really good effect. It's just the way the game has gotten, I don't think it's, that great at the moment. But it requires Relinquish plus Thousand Eyes Idol. So as long as this card remains face up on the field, other monsters cannot change their battle positions or attack. Select 1 monster on your opponent's side of the field and equip it to this card. This effect can only be used once per turn, and you can only equip 1 monster at a time to this card. The attack and defense of this card become the same amounts as the monster equipped to this card. If this card is destroyed as a result of battle, the equipped monster is destroyed instead. Now, it doesn't have that awesome Relinquish effect where both players essentially take the battle damage, which is kind of a downer. But since your opponent can't essentially attack you, I guess that they're like, oh, doesn't really need it. But, he has a pretty nasty effect. But the thing is, the way that Yu-Gi-Oh's gotten right now, a lot of the stuff in the meta just doesn't really care. If his effect was that you can destroy the equip instead, if it would just be destroyed, period, it'd be a lot better. But the thing is, only if it's destroyed as a result of battle does the equipped monster get destroyed instead. So basically, they have to attack you with Thousand Eyes, because no other monsters can attack. And you can't really OTK with Thousand Eyes Restrict, because it has that effect of, as long as the card remains face up on the field, other monsters cannot change their battle positions or attack. So that includes the person that has Thousand Eyes Restrict. It's just not like you can't attack. Like Swords of Revealing Light, where like your opponent can't attack, but you can. It's basically, this is the only card that can attack. Kind of like a Malefic, if you want to think of it that way. But, you just absorb 1 monster and you're attacking at depending on what you take, essentially, is how much damage you'll be dealing. But you can't, like, OTK with Thousand Eyes Restrict. Whereas a lot of other decks would just like run over this. Like Mermails, they'll just be like, oh, it's cool, Best Megalo, I'll just summon this and I'll just discard this water. Or Genex Undyne, just cool, discard a water. Abyss Spike, just discard a water. It's just like there's so many easy outs to it. And like if you're playing like Dino Rabbit or something, just make Dolka. It's like, good luck trying to take my Dolka after you've used like 5 cards just to make that card. And I'll just be like, it's cool, I use my 1 rabbit and it's cool, I use 1 card and I just get rid of your Thousand Eyes Restrict because you can't absorb. Also, like wind-ups or anything that makes rank 5 exceeds, you can just be like, it's called Adrius. But I just want to talk about like the top 3 decks, because in my opinion, I think that these are probably one of the most played decks, like wind-ups, Dino Rabbit, and Abyss Megalo, or I'm sorry, Mermaid Atlanteans. Those are like the top 3 decks, and those decks would just destroy the Thousand Eyes Restrict really fast. And I was thinking, maybe there's some other reason why Thousand Eyes Restrict is banned, because it doesn't say he can't be special summoned except by, like polymerization or something like that. Some of those cards like have restrictions, but this one doesn't say like it can't be special summoned except. So I guess technically you could instant fusion for it, but the thing with instant fusion is the special summon monster can't attack and is destroyed during the end phase. So realistically, all you would be doing if you got out Thousand Eyes Restrict would be, you'd be like instant fusion, you pay 1,000, you get out this, you absorb a monster, oh cool, you can't attack. and then that's it, because other monsters can't attack. Because, as you guys know, Instant Fusion does not negate the effects. And obviously, if it negated the effect, then you couldn't even absorb a monster. So, it'd be paying 1,000 life points to essentially just take a monster. You're paying 1,000 life points to basically smashing ground, or basically destroy one monster. And I think Soul Taker does a much better job, because you can select what you'd want to get rid of, and you don't have to pay 1,000 life points, because it's a bummer that you have to pay 1,000 life points with this. I guess with Soul Taker, you're sometimes to make your opponent gaining life points, but if you really need to get rid of something, I'd prefer just to let my opponent gain life points rather than me taking damage, because if I'm in a bad situation, I would not like to pay life points. But that said, I think that even with Instant Fusion at like 3, you can only activate like 1 Instant Fusion per turn anyway, so you can't like absorb everything and then overlay. That's one thing that I thought about. I was like, maybe that there's that, what is that, Galaxy Queen or something? There's some card where it's like rank, I think it's rank 1, it just requires like 3 rank 1s or something. I mean, realistically, you can only use 1 Instant Fusion per turn, so I just didn't see that being viable. Maybe you guys know why Thousand Eyes Restrict is banned, because I don't really see any combos with it. I know Metamorphosis, there's like one Magical Scientist, there's like so many like other banned cards that go well with it, but if Thousand Eyes Restrict came back, would you guys think that it would have an impact on the meta? Maybe you guys know what combo works still with Thousand Eyes Restrict, but the way I look at it is, even if someone brings this out, they've got to use, like I said, at least minimum 5 cards that, you know, that would be normally like Thousand Eyes, Black Illusion Ritual, Relinquish, plus Polymerization, plus having another card. Like, it just requires too much setup to make this card that's realistically mediocre compared to some of the stuff that the meta can do, which is basically, oh, it's cool, Shark Magician, like 2 cards, or less like any, like, you know, one, the morals that can just allow you to discard, and then you could just be like, oh, it's cool, pop your your card that you worked very hard to make. But like I said, if the effect of Thousand Eyes Restrict prevented himself from being destroyed, period, rather than just as a result of battle, it'd be a little bit better. But realistically, let me know what you guys think. If this card came back, would you be surprised? Do you think it could actually make an impact on the meta? I just don't really see why it couldn't come back. I realistically think, you know, it'd be cool to see it. I think a lot of people would try it, but I don't think it'd be that good compared to the meta at the moment. But thanks for watching. Have a great day. It's nice signing out.